Welcome, it's Kirsten. We're going to do an ankle strengthening exercise. So if you have feet that tend to pronate, which means fall in, collapse in, this is a good one for you. Also, if you've had a sprained ankle or if you're finding that your balance isn't as strong as it used to be. So I'll show you this and I'll break it down a little bit because it can be a bit confusing, but it's one of my favorite exercises for strengthening the ankles. Now here we go. I'm going to use a chair, but you can use a counter or, the back of the couch, or as you get stronger, you don't need a chair. So we're going to first make sure your feet are parallel. Okay. And also try to stabilize your feet and not allow them to collapse and keep them on the tripod, which I have talked about in another video. So keep yourself on that tripod. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up and down. Now, what I don't want you to do is swing the hips forward as you come up. I want you to elevate and go straight up to the top of the position for your foot that's comfortable, and then gently back down. You also want to, you kind of imagine that you're squeezing from the backs of the thighs to lift yourself up rather than bending the knees and then coming up. Okay, so let's do 4. We're going to go through, almost like you're putting the weight through your second toe. We're going to go up and then back down. So the second toe is the one beside your big toe, and up and back down. Okay, let's do 2 more. So you're keeping yourself almost like you're going straight up a wall. So there's less momentum going forward and more momentum going straight up and then back down. The other part of the exercise is when you bend your knees. Now, when we bend our knees, we don't want to be like this. Okay, we want to be like we're going straight down a wall as well. So just check your posture and think keeping your little curve in your low back, right? And bending your knees. And then you're going to be going up and down with just the ankles. And when I tell my clients, it's kind of like you've got a ceiling over top of your head you're just about to touch. So you don't want to bob up and down. You want the knees to go forward and back. Now, if you do have sore toes, like a sore big toe, and maybe have a bit of osteoarthritis in that toe, then you can do this exercise with your running shoes on or a pair of supportive shoes, and that can help as long as there's enough mobility in the sole of the shoe. So here we go. We're going to do this exercise and we're going to do it 5 times each way. I like to grab a ball. So this is the size of a little bit larger than a tennis ball, and it has a little bit of softness. You can use a tennis ball or a slightly firmer ball, but what we want to do is we want to put it between the ankles. So now we're going to be bringing those feet out of that parallel position. Whereabouts? Just above, I should say, your ankle bone. So the bony bits here. We're just going to put that slightly above. And now here we go. We're going to go up onto your toes. Now you're going to bend your knees, staying on your toes, lower the heels, and straighten back up. We're going to reverse it. So bend your knees, pop the knees forward, come up with staying up on your heels, and lower back down. To the first one, we're going to go up. We're going to bend the knees, lower your heels, and then straighten back up. So it's 4 movements. Bend, lift the heels, coming up, and lower. Reverse up, and bend. Stay high in those heels, lowering the heels, and straighten. Bend the knees. Good. Now check into your back and make sure that your back is nice and tall and you haven't lost your lumbar curve. So when you go up, you're keeping your curve. It's almost like you're just keeping your back completely still as your legs are doing their work. Let's do 1 more time each way. So bending, pop the knees, come up and straighten. Let's see whether you can do very little touch on your chair or your counter. And lower and straighten. So there you go. One of my favorite exercises that you can use. Super simple. You can do it beside a desk, at the counter, while you're watching TV. Just try and keep yourself lifting straight up. All right, there you go, and have a great day.